kids have been hitting the road, and never have they been hitting the road so much to play golf as these recent times. Traveling golfers on our own road trip to Jacksonville and St. Augustine, Florida. All of this along I-95, the road that brings you to more golf destinations than anywhere. The traveling golfer is on a road trip in this latest episode of The Traveling Golfer.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
On a golf visit to Florida, there's a cluster of 3 golf courses just 15 minutes from downtown St. Augustine and only a minute off of I-95. Cimarron, great daily fee course. Southampton, another daily fee course that has had a renaissance lately. And St. John's Golf and Country Club. You're on your patio, and I can't think of a prettier sight in all of Florida than this right here. And we've got the man from there right here, Ben Pasquith, General Manager.
You can't beat Florida golf here at St. John's. Long history of hosting some great events and a lot of guests who come down. They're traveling right off of 95, and what a great spot that they could just stop, you know, their first experience of Florida golf here in the Northeast area.
Look out over this Clyde Johnson design golf course, and it's a combination Florida parkland style golf course.
Yeah, we've got water on almost every hole, no forced carries, which is great. So it's really easy for everyone just to kind of run a ball up if you might be a little higher handicapper. We're lined with a lot of great native pine trees and oaks, and it just shows the characteristics of the course. And you don't have a lot of simple holes. You have, you know, all the challenge you want, or as friendly as it can be. So it's just a great course.
Tell us about this complex right behind us
Yeah,
here.
so-
This is pretty amazing.
And we have number 9 and number 18, 2 of our real signature holes. And they are great par 4s to finish either your front or your back 9 on.
What a great spot to watch golf from right here.
We think there's going to be a lot of heckling that's going to happen from this patio.
That happens for sure. You mentioned 9 and 18, and we know that they are really 2 signature holes. But if I had to come by and play and leave with a memory of another hole or 2, what would you say?
Really 13, picturesque par 3. Just a slight carry over the water to a peninsula style green, and little target bunker right in the middle of it. It's about 140 from a forward set of tees. But for those who are wanting to play a real challenge, you can put it all the way to the back. It's about 200. The winds are going off the coast. You might have a tough shot, but really a great signature hole.
People tend to remember par 3s more than sometimes the 4s or 5s. Sometimes though with a par 4, if it's a risk reward hole, that may stick in their memory. You have one of them out here?
Oh, 18 for sure.
Yeah.
What a finishing hole. From the back is about 465. Most members play it, you know, around that 400 mark. But we've got 3 great fairway bunkers that split the fairway right and left. Go left, you go real aggressive. You can have a short shot in. Put out to the right, a little safer, but a little longer in. And you can see, you know, the water comes right on up to the green, surrounded by about 8 bunkers on the green. You know, really great risk-reward hole.
I'm hearing a lot of risk. I'm not imagining the reward yet, but I'm sure there are. And of course, once you get to the green complexes, Clyde does a great job with them, framing them with the bunkers.
Well protected. We have almost 73 out here.
And having a smooth putting surface is a key.
Oh, absolutely. I've always been known for the quality of our greens. The speed typically runs around 11.5. In the winter, they can get up to 14.
Wow.
You know, kind of winter golf rolls in, but on the contours of the green, just enough slope that you definitely want to stay below the hole to have that uphill putt, but they're smooth. That's what the challenge really is out here at St. John's, is our greens.
I think we're describing a big boy course out here. I think we want to reassure our viewers who will be visiting that there's enough elasticity choices of tees.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
You can play.
We have 6 sets of tees out here.
There we go,
You know,
the magic number.
Absolutely. Anywhere from 7,200 all the way up to, we have a blended set that you can play about 5,600. Just a great course for anybody.
Russ Libby, PGA professional, owner, Hidden Hills Golf Club, that is definitely in a renaissance. Even though it's tough to improve on an Arnold Palmer signature golf course.
It is.
We are now in a bit of a golf resurgence. People wanting to get out and play and wanting to get out and travel and play.
Yes.
That's why it's so important to let them know that you're 8 miles off I-95 in Jacksonville. So tell me what it's like using the foundation of an Arnold Palmer golf course, but improving it over the years.
You know, one thing that's really unique about this piece of property is the elevation changes. For Florida golf course, this is very unique. And Mr. Palmer did a fantastic job of contouring the golf course in and around the hills and the valleys and the ponds and the streams. That's something that really has stood the test of time. But as far as the conditioning of the golf course and maintaining what he put forth here when he came here back in the 80s to build this golf course.
We've visited a lot of Palmer courses over the years. Would you say this is a typical or atypical Palmer course?
Because of the uniqueness of this piece of property, it's atypical. This is designed probably earlier on in his design career. And so when you look around the golf course, he has some mounding, which accentuates the holes. It also, I think, ties in very well with the elevation changes out here. Some of the golfers get frustrated because they've got some strange lies on some of these elevations in these moguls. Later in his design career, he maybe softened up some of those moundings.
But here, it keeps golf interesting every day.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
In addition to owning the golf course, you're on the board of Florida's First Coast of Golf. So that means you're spreading out the welcome mat to the rest of America.
First Coast has so much to offer golfers and non-golfers, honestly. If you're a great golfer and you love to play golf courses in and around the country in the Southeast, we've got some world-class golf courses here, but we've got the beaches. We're the home of the PGA Tour. There's just so many things going on here in Jacksonville on the First Coast. Jacksonville's a hidden gem, and I'm just delighted to be here and be a part of this community.
Well, you're in a great spot, a great golf course, a great clubhouse, a great grill room that I always love visiting every time I come.
That's good. Well, you're always welcome.
Right here at Hidden Hills. Tech Talk, for many years telling the inside story of equipment development. Tour Edge founder, President Dave Glod. After all of this information you send out, you've got to get a lot of information back from our viewers. What are you hearing, Dave?
Yeah, the cool thing this year, Tony, is on the Exotics 220, we took a lot of that feedback from demo days from players. And really they were saying, your shaft is one brand and you only have 2 lofts, you don't have a left-handed. So this year we took it to the 9s. 3 shaft weights, one's as low as 39 grams, 50 grams and 60 grams, and all different flexes amongst those, along with a 12-degree driver we added on top of the 9.5 and 10.5. So our fitting capability is quintupled compared to last year. And that's what we really got out of the public this past year.
You viewers talk, Tour Edge listens. That's the feedback between golfer and industry that the traveling golfer tries to promote.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Shop early and enjoy GMC Black Friday offers all month long. Pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade GMC.
Historic golf course at the Ponte Vedra Inn and Club, but one with big changes. And to tell us about them, Jim Howard, Director of Golf and native Floridian. This property is really an amazing one for golf because you've got a couple golf courses that really give a different character depending on the day. And now you're adjusting the courses to the play that we see in the 21st century.
We irrigate a little less. We've got white screening areas, kind of a shell to kind of mimic our oceanside feel. The ocean has wide corridors, and it really matches up to our lagoon course, which is tight corridors, smaller greens, ocean bigger greens. So yeah, both golf courses give you a great test.
So tell us about this renovation itself.
We last did it over 20 years ago. The USGA recommended ultra dwarf greens. No matter how great your maintenance staff is, your greens don't drain as well, they get compaction in them. In renovating the ocean course, we've got Tiff Eagle on our greens now. The old green had a tremendous amount of elevation change from green to green, some two-level, very difficult green complexes there. And our Tiff Eagle greens now have allowed the architect to lower the greens a bit. There's not near the movement on them as there was, even though there's a lot of subtlety to the greens. A great example is number 9. From the restaurant view, you couldn't see the players putt. Now they can sit in their chairs in the restaurant, have a great time of watching people struggle with their putts on the 9th hole.
Now it's time for our Straka-Line putt of the day. Even with the new Tiff Eagle greens that are perfect, you still need help from the Straka-Line Green Reading Guide.
In renovating the ocean course, our range was only about 15 spaces wide, only about 220 yards deep. We tripled the size of the teeing ground on the range. We've got double-ended now. We've got a teaching tee on the north end, and our practice facility has just been a phenomenal change.
The course really didn't get shorter, but the back 9 did go from par 36 to par 35.
We made some changes. We eliminated the old 10th hole, and we added a great new par 3 on the north end from undisturbed territory, so it's fantastic. You can bump the ball into, I would say, 80% of the greens now, not the forced carries that there were before. So yeah, much more playable. Our members are really enjoying the playability aspect.
Craig Schoeninger, Director of Marketing. We are in the Great Room.
This is one of the oldest buildings, and it is certainly a gathering point for both guests and members. And to me, it really sets the tone of who we are.
And we're sitting on the largest area carpet in the world.
We have Great Place History Hall, which chronicles our history since 1928. A lot of people find interesting, though, is our World War II history. Ponte Vedra Inn & Club is a AAA 5-Diamond Award winner. We have 262 rooms and suites. Most of our rooms are directly on the ocean. We have added 41 new rooms and suites. We tore down one of the original buildings and replaced it with these new state-of-the-art buildings that really will set the benchmark for luxury of the resort moving forward. We are a private club in addition to a resort. The majority of our amenities are not open to outside guests. You have to be a member or staying here in order to take advantage of most of the amenity. A great location, easy to drive to. Our guests are driving longer distances to reach Ponte Vedra Inn & Club.
We're sitting in the Cafe Garden at Cummer Museum with Katie Matura. She is the Director of Marketing for Visit Jacksonville. And I've noticed an emerging, trendy restaurant scene.
Oh my goodness, I think that we are vastly underrated. We've got these great historic neighborhoods all over the city, and each one of them has a really cool dining district within them. San Marcos Square is one of our oldest neighborhoods in the city.
And there's some pretty interesting sculptures in there too.
There are. You've got the San Marco lions right there in the middle, and those were a gift from sister city in Italy that they really built San Marco around. And Ballas Park right there next to it is you'll have outside dining, people picnicking, and so San Marco's just a really cool place to hang out.
Speaking of cool places to hang out, a couple of very trendy newer restaurants.
Sure. River and Post, which just opened here in half a block from where we are right now, has this incredible view where you see all of the Jacksonville skyline, North and South Bank, and the St. Johns River, and it's just a crazy, amazing view. And their drinks and food are awesome.
And there's another rooftop restaurant.
There is. Black Sheep, which is kind of in the heart of Riverside over here. And they have a first floor restaurant, as well as they were really our big rooftop, the cool place where you couldn't get in to get a drink for many years because they were the first one that were doing it so well.
And of course, if you're in Jacksonville, there are any number of barbecue places. They're everywhere.
Bearded Pig is a great one over in San Marco, but we've got your traditional barbecue throughout the city.
The Cummer Museum, I'm just learning about it. Really an amazing place.
This is a real classic arts museum. They have a Meissen pottery collection, which is, I think, the third largest in the world. That's a huge room of just beautiful historic pottery that they've collected. And what's really cool is in the back of this museum are her gardens and gardens that they've added on. So you have these beautiful riverfront gardens. It's very cool.
The nice part is the dining and shopping scene from Center City, Jacksonville is very convenient.
Yeah. I think a lot of people hear about our different historic neighborhoods like San Marco, Riverside, Avondale, and Springfield, but don't realize they are all within a mile of the downtown area. And it's also conveniently located, but you get a different piece of Jacksonville wherever you are.
Hi, I'm Eddie Rowland, CEO and founder of Next Belt, the belt with no holes. I want to show you why Next Belt is the finest ratchet belt in the world. We have the largest collection of ratchet belts. From golf belts to dress belts, we have a belt that will fit your fashion style. You can find Next Belts at your local golf shops or your country club. See our full line at nextbelt.com. Use promo code EDDIE for 10% off and free shipping.
The Traveling Golfer has a new official apparel sponsor, Swing Dish Women's Sportswear, created by Trisha Covell, a renowned designer. She was then inspired by her husband, country music star Toby Keith, to create a men's sportswear line. Covell is that line, the most comfortable golf shirt I have ever worn. The high-tech fabrics provide a buttery soft feel and UPF 50+ protection from the sun. Covell, the choice of the traveling golfer. An important component of a golf trip, convenient accommodations. If you're visiting the World Golf Hall of Fame and the two great courses, Renaissance Hotel right on property. If you're in Jacksonville, the DoubleTree Hotel puts you right in the downtown section, provides all of the modern conveniences, a Ruth Chris Steakhouse right on the property, and if you're playing the courses in the St. Augustine area, the Collector Hotel right in downtown St. Augustine. With me is Craig Abramson, Assistant General Manager at the Collector Luxury Inn, most unique hotel I've ever stayed at in my life.
Well, this was a collection of houses, and then it became a museum. Museum had it for a while, and then it was bought on by a single owner, and now it is beautiful luxury inn. So we have 30 hotel rooms, suites, and single rooms, and we're adults only property.
Nice feature. You know you're going to be in a quiet, relaxed atmosphere.
Very tranquil, very tranquil.
It really is. And the gardens are the central part, including a pool.
Every building has its own personality. Beautiful ceramic tile floors in one of the houses, or beautiful hardwood floors in the houses. They've been restored with the finest custom amenities that you can possibly have. We have little iPads in the rooms that tell you what's going on in the area. You can make dinner reservations, and all the creature comforts that you can possibly find in the 20th century. You were a block and a half from all the historic district and all the restaurants.
We'll be talking about this unique hotel for years to come. It's just the three of us in the park at the Fountain of Youth. The original head of the Visitors Bureau, Ponce de Leon, came here in 1513. Richard Goldman, the current head of the Visitors Bureau, he came somewhat after that.
This place is really where it began for Europeans in North America. This very spot was the place where the Aboriginal people were here, and so the discoverers came to where the people were.
This was established in 1513 when Ponce de Leon first arrived here and discovered this beautiful land known as Florida. The Fountain of Youth is known as an archaeological park because all of its history is based on archaeological finds. Ponce de Leon stayed here for only 5 days, and it wasn't until 1565 established the first settlement in what is now the continental United States.
So this attraction is well known. It's in the middle of the town of St. Augustine.
One of the things that folks knew us for was the history. We were a place where people brought their young children or adults came for weddings and such. Now, millennials have fallen in love with the place. It's walkable. The food is really fantastic. It's like a little piece of Europe that's right around the corner.
We're in the Great Hall of the World Golf Hall of Fame. You can hear the echo. It's the echoes of golf history. And we've got Brody Waters. He is the Vice President of Business Affairs for the World Golf Hall of Fame.
There really is something for everyone in this museum. The ticket is actually good for 2 days because we understand that for the passionate golfers, they just can't get enough. The stories that are told throughout the museum is what it is that made these individuals champions. They represent 17 different countries around the world. We highlight the contributors who really have helped promote the sport of golf around the world, such as Bob Hope. Not only do we really have one of the greatest collections of golf artifacts in the world, we're guessing Masters trophies and green jackets and claret jugs and clubs used to hit some of the most iconic shots in golf's history.
And it wouldn't be complete without golf. 2 great golf courses next door, Slammer and the Squire, tribute to the one and only Gene Sarazen and Slam and Sammy Snead, and then the King and the Bear, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus. You got to play golf on those 2 courses. Come and see the 160 some great contributors to the game of golf. There's only one place the traveling golfer shoots even par nowadays. St. Augustine Distillery with Matt Stevens, the general manager.
We are known for our bourbon. We make a Florida bourbon that's the first ever, actually. We use Florida corn and Florida wheat, and our barley does come from Minnesota, but it's the spirit of Florida is right here in this building. It's an old vintage ice plant built over 100 years ago. This is our flagship bourbon. It is a Florida Straight, as we call it. It's 88 proof, and it is the base spirit that makes all the other bourbons we have to come.
Great bourbon and great history. People come from all over the world to tour St. Augustine Distillery. And they were nice enough to let me try the port-finished bourbon. It was so good I even bought a bottle. From the multi-lane I-95 to the narrow alleys of St. Augustine, we hope you enjoyed this latest episode of The Traveling Golfer, the Great American Road Trip. We'll see you again somewhere else down the golf road.
Golf apparel provided by Swing Dish and Covell, official sponsors for The Traveling Golfer. Tour Edge is the official equipment sponsor of The Traveling Golfer.